If it sticks, you know it's perfect. It's still on my ceiling, isn't it? It'll fall by the time we're done having sex. That's how you know the sex is perfect.
I feel like if you tend to go to the strip club, you're gonna get robbed either that day or some way down the line. And I just thought about that because when I turned 21, me and my friend, well, she decided to have her birthday celebrated at a strip club. And because we celebrate our birthday around the same time. Hers was 2 days earlier than mine. We decided to go together. Um, she decided to go with a cousin of hers. I decided to go with my brother, um, my younger brother. So it was just us four. I'm not sure if she invited anybody else. But to my knowledge, it was just us four. Now I don't know if she was low key a stripper or that's just what she wanted to do as far as her being spontaneous or whatever. We're both Aries. I didn't see nothing wrong with it. I was actually excited to get out. I had my first child at home with my mother, and we decided to go and have a little fun. I didn't know what to expect from what she was telling me as far as us planning to go and everything. It wasn't too big of a strip club. It was real small in the Bronx. Um, and we went. We went. I was able to drink. She was able to drink. My brother wasn't 21 yet. Her cousin, I think, was 21 by then. I'm not sure. Um, I bought a drink for my brother. Like, we're already in there. What you mean? But as far as the sections go, um, those that were not 21 yet, they had a wristband, a certain color wristband. Like, it was neon. I think it was like green or some shit, yellow or green. I think it was green. And so security could tell if you buy your wristband. You had to make sure that your wristband was visible so that they know, you walking around older motherfuckers and you're not drinking age. You're not of drinking age. So they got to make sure that they keeping tabs on you. They remember who they put a bracelet on and all this extra shit. But I wasn't about to leave my brother in a weird section just because of his age. Like I figured, it's the section was close to the bar. That's all we need. Um, and so, but as far as the club goes, it's like a round club. And so, as soon as you enter, you pass security, you pay your little fee, and then you get in. There's a section for like teenagers, 18 and over. So between 18 and 19 and 20, that's what you'll see around that area. Then there's the bar, then there's the bathroom, and then there's another bar. By the entrance, there's a DJ, and around that other side is where all the older motherfuckers and the real rich or money holding motherfuckers are. So from where they have the 18, 19, 20, the bar. So from the first little bar that they have right there, that's where they start realizing who's around that area, who's young, who's of age. Um, and then the bathroom is like right around the corner. And then you got another bar. That bar. Um, so obviously the first bar is like they already know y'all sneaky motherfuckers gonna try to get y'all little drinks or whatever. But then the other bar, you could go there too. But by being there, you should be 21 and over. Um, and then from there, they got like these little private rooms and shit, that little private area, and around there, uh, I would say around back, um, that's where they have the sectionals, uh, where the I guess exclusive motherfuckers is at. I thought it was a lit experience the first time we was there. The music, as soon as you enter, you hear that music, and it just feels like you like it feels like a different experience compared to you wearing headphones on the loudest volume type shit. So it's different than when you go to like a regular club. You got you know they have the music and everything, but the visual, the colors, the sparks, the sparkly, the outfits, the hair, the makeup, the nails, the shoes, like everything is so exciting. You don't know what you're about to get yourself into. I feel like to go to the strip club, you gotta know a couple of people that know a couple of people. You can't go there by yourself. You can't go there with like just. It couldn't have been just us four. Like I feel like it should have been more of us. Um, excuse me. I feel like it should have been more of us. Um, I don't know why it wasn't more of us. I'm not sure if she invited her people and they were there, like, on standby type shit. I'm surprised she didn't invite all her people. Uh, I'm the type that if you invite me and I really want to go, I'm gonna go, whether I invite others and they go or not. And depending on how I'm feeling too. But usually I root to go. Especially if I trust you, I'm gonna go. Because I hate having to invite motherfuckers and they make you feel like they're gonna go. Last minute they cancel on you, and then you feel like you don't want to go. So I hate feeling that. Thank God my brother went, because that definitely made me want to go. Uh, thank God my brother wanted to go, because that definitely made me want to go. Um, they got an ATM in there. They got the bar. I bought me a drink. I bought me a Long Island. And the shit was strong. I couldn't really finish it all because I was already drinking prior to getting there. So I gave it to my brother, and he was lit. I used the ATM to get some money so that we could change it into singles. Because at the bar they can change whatever you have on you into singles so you could give it to the strippers. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I'm broke. Why the fuck am I paying these strippers and for what? But I didn't mind. That's really the vibe that I wanted to um go through. It was exciting because you have all these random people coming up to you, these strippers, and they're dancing on you, they're flirting with you. Um, and it was exciting. Like, but nowadays, you want to go to the strip club, you gotta have your money, you gotta look cute, you gotta make sure that you you know what you want. Some people make friends with strippers, some people go home with strippers. And so I feel like either way, no matter how it goes, either way you're gonna get robbed. You're gonna get robbed. Not like not like necessarily that the stripper may go home with you and run your pockets, but some way, somehow you're gonna get robbed. Whether it's after you go to the strip club, you thought you was somebody, all of a sudden you are nobody, or you start picking up a habit, or you start wanting to go more, so now you're overspending out your budget, or you might be upcoming. You go in there for promo, um, and then you lose that, or it's not going how you expect it to be because maybe the shipper don't want to work for you. Maybe the shipper don't want to uh, hand your shit to the fucking DJ type shit. I don't know, but some way down the line, I feel like you're gonna get robbed. Now, after my first experience at the strip club, I was hyped. Like it was the best day of my life as far as me celebrating my birthday, and I felt like I celebrated it with a good friend of mine. I felt like we had a bomb time. Um, it's exciting to see when other folks are sitting next to you and they're giving their money to the strippers and the strippers are dancing all on them. Then they come around your way and all of that. It's very nice. It's nice. It's like a different experience than like hitting the restaurant eating. You bored, you asking for the bill. Now you gotta go home. You got the itis or you hungry as shit again. And like, like it's different. Um It's very, very different. It gives you I'm not gonna lie, it gives you like that boss feeling. Like you know when you go in there, you gotta pay a fee to get in because now you viewing all these different women, all these beautiful women. You don't know who might be in there that is associated with you, somehow either by location or uh, family members, friends, or whatever. So they're in there working and they're basically in disguise, they're masked. So you got to just pay your fee, get in there. Now you have access. um the first One of the first things that we heard, we couldn't take pictures of the strippers and all of that. And the first thing I see is a motherfucker taking out his phone trying to take a picture of a stripper, and the stripper was calling security, all types of shit. It's like they just said this shit and you still fucking with them. um and whatnot. So first of all, the ATM fee is like $6. It was like $6 just to take out some, what was it, like $200 or some shit. um $6. The drink was like close to $20, one fucking drink. I was like, what the fuck was I thinking? But I wanted that experience. Eventually we got kicked out. Now I don't know why the fuck we got kicked out. I feel like maybe it was because we was in the section where now it's over, like 21 and over. um and so because my brother was with me, he had a bracelet. We all got kicked out. But it was cool because we was tipsy, we was nice, we was there wasn't much we were gonna do. That's what motherfuckers that got more than $200 and is willing to spend more than $200 and can drink more than one, two, close to five drinks maybe, and can stay there. They could go home with one and or drop one off or whatever the case is. We wasn't trying to do all of that. So we left. There was a restaurant right across the street. We went in there because we I had the cab person's number, so I had to contact him, let him know we're out and we need a cab back to the Bronx. Well, back to my side of the Bronx. That side is close to Yonkers type shit, like all the way on the other side of the Bronx. Um, and so we go across, kind of just to spare time, and we was hungry as fuck. So luckily, it was like a father and a daughter chefing up, and it was clean. Like I'm real picky when I go to random spots to eat or purchase food and stuff like that, whatever's going in my system. Now if it's already bagged up like a deli, like chips and shit, okay, that's different. Still though, like still, but I'm very, very picky when it comes to someone over my food and all of that. So it was like a father and a daughter kind of vibe. It must have been like 3 o'clock or some shit. Maybe 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock around there. And as soon as you enter, it smells mad good. It was like a seafood spot, and they had, you could request fries, you could request fried shrimp. Now I'm a real big shrimp fan. I love shrimp, and so that's what I asked for. I ordered my brother something. My friend ordered her shit. Her cousin ordered his shit, I think. And we hopped in a cab after that. We ate at the spot. The cab pulled up. We got in the cab. The cab started dropping off her cousin because he lived around the area. And then the cab dropped her off. Um, she was over by like the Castle Hill area, and then dropped us off. We was over by the Trinity area. So it was a nice little nice little day, like nice little night out. Um, we didn't know her cousin. Had we known her cousin, I think we would have had mega fun. Like we would have had it would have been more lit. But we didn't know him, so he was kind of more reserved. Um, but other than that, it was a nice experience. So um, as far as in there though, there was a girl on stage doing her thing, real young, light skin, short hair. Like she didn't have all that weave, she didn't have all that makeup, she didn't have all that body. And I just instantly locked eyes with her, and I'm like, wow, because she had a whole crowd of people around her, and she was stomping, whatever it was that she was doing, but they were like hyping her up, and she had a bracelet. So I'm like, how the fuck? Like I was so confused. I'm like, how the fuck is she up there and she got a bracelet? So after that, I was like, it meant more to me than just pulling up and looking at these strippers, and like it kind of changed um my view on strippers. Like, how could I say? Initially, I didn't even know what to expect. Like you hear all these stories, you see all these things on social media and all of this and that, but I didn't know what to expect. And so by her being younger than me, I'm like, wow, like I caught how can I say, like I caught admiration for the person. I I caught admiration for the thing that she was doing, the art of it. Um, and so initially I'm thinking you got to be up there with all this hair, all this makeup, all these nails, and all of that. And she wasn't. She was up there real raw, like she was up there. Um, but I'm like, I was amazed how she wasn't around my age, like she was younger than me. So I'm like, I felt like, wow, if she's up there, I could be up there. Now I have kids, but like I had my son by then, so I just was more. I was like, wow, if I wasn't a mom, I would have, and like I knew this person, I would have definitely been up there with her because she was up there by herself. Um, but it's like there's this bar in the middle of the club. It's like round, and around on top of the bar they have like poles and shit. And then outside the little circle shit, they got poles as well. So it's like she was on top of the bar type shit. And so I'm just like, wow. So I don't know if because basically we was right by her section. So where she was dancing, we was behind the people that was really around her, like under her, like around her. We was behind those people, so we can see how she was like, affected, like by I don't know if it was her posse, I don't know if it was her fans, I don't know what the fuck, but um, they're rooting her on. She's dancing for them, but us being behind them, she could see us. Like she can see the whole crowd. Like it was crazy. But once we left the club and all of that, once we got home, I was telling my brother, wow, did you see that girl? You know, she had a bracelet and she was up there and everybody was paying attention to her and all of this and that. I'm like, wow. And that was that. Then I think that's when, like, I don't know how long ago after that, that's when we started realizing that she was one of these celebrities. And that's when we started realizing, because at that time I used to follow the club on Instagram, so we would see updates and shit like that, updates on shippers, updates on events and shit like that. And that's when we realized, oh, this is how shit. She became famous and all of that. But it was interesting because then that's when we realized that there are a lot of female shippers that have other goals, and so this is why they do what they do. And um, it's just not that. And then the scary thing, well, the scary and exciting thing about them too is that you won't even recognize them. She no longer looked like the same person I saw, but you could tell that it was her. Um, and I was like, wow. But even while I was there, I saw a lot of them leaving with regular clothes. They look like the pretty girls in school. Like the shit was crazy. Like I'm like, what? Like obviously they went into the dressing room and switched the shit up. Like they not in bra and panty, and they not sweaty. They look like they done showered and did their hair and they about to leave. Like it's time to go. Like you can't even tell she was in here. On a pole. Like I was like, wow. Ever since then, I've taken a liking to shipping and whatnot. I just haven't had the balls to enter the club and ask for a job. That's really what I want eventually down the line in my life. But at the same time, I would prefer a friend to do it first, a friend to be doing it and like hitting me up like, yo, you want to pull up, blah, blah, blah. Yes. That way we can get ready together. We can get lit together. Um, and like, I'm not up there feeling alone. Like, um, on YouTube, I used to watch a lot of stories of how some of these bitches end up in the club doing it for at least the first time or because a friend invited them or whatever. I've viewed um, females going to different clubs on the same night asking for jobs. And they either don't get hired or they get hired. Eventually, there was a time, I think before Corona, where strippers were now required to get their license. And I was like, wow, maybe this was informative because in case whenever I'm ready to do it, I know what needs to be done and whatnot. I learned through a whole bunch of different stories that you got to get your duffel, you got to have your outfits, you got to have your shoes, you got to have your makeup. So as far as me always getting ready, I try to have that kind of stuff uh, ready and packed because I don't know which friend of mine is going to be tweaking, hitting my lineup one day and asking me to go with them. That's just how I think. And then it helps out, like as far as you preparing for a weekend or whatever. But it's a good habit to have. Um, Kind of updating yourself with what is it that bitches have in their bags nowadays, and stuff like that. So I think that's kind of cool. I even learned like the envelope method with some of them on here, because a lot of them do have great advice. A lot of them do end up uh, meeting their goals because this is their job. A lot of them express their experience having this job, so it's kind of cool as far as that goes. Now, I've watched videos on here too where strippers is having fights, strippers is fighting and recording and all this extra shit, the dark side of it. I'm not ready for the dark side. I'm not I'm not trying to be out here fighting just anyone about anything. I feel like I'm the type that if you're gonna fight me, it has to be for a real deep, real reason. Not because I'm grilling you, not because I'm looking at you, not because I bumped you. None of that bullshit. I think the grades for that shit done passed. I feel like it has to be I stole from you or some shit, or I done fucked your man and some type of shit, some deep, real shit. And a lot of that shit that be happening in the club, someone done stole my whole bag type shit. No, I'm not trying to go through that. Cause then you done got your whole bag taken and you trying to ask who did it. Ain't nobody that got access to the fucking locker room would tell you. And it's like nobody got time for that. So I would need someone that has experience. And even that might feel like a setup one day whenever it happens. So I gotta be cautious. When I pulled up to Baltimore, I seen a couple of strip clubs from my ride from where I was at. And I'm like, wow. But the distances, like, how I'm gonna get there? I don't drive yet. I would need another person who would want to work with me type shit. Um, there was one time I started doing the envelope method because of certain ones. There was certain ones that had great advice on manifestation and positive vibes and all this good stuff. So I did learn a couple of good things out of them. So I feel like your confidence level kind of goes up once you know that this is an option. This is something that if you put your mind to it, you will be willing to do. There was a time where I was practicing my twerks. Like I was practicing my twerks with the thought that if I perfect this part of me, then that part would be easy, to accomplish. Unfortunately, I never got that far to where I'm in front of a club asking them for a position. Um, I need to get my outfits ready. I told my man I want a strip club when I moved in. Not a strip club, a stripping pole. Um, maybe a strip club down the line when I get rich and shit. But no, a stripping pole, so I could practice my twerks and my wines and whatnot. See how it is as far and use it as an exercise tool. For my arms and legs and all of that. Um, the only thing is the installation. I done seen screws in walls that can't last. So I'm scared as far as the installation goes, but hopefully everything goes well. Um, and that's pretty much for when I give birth. I lose a little more weight. Um, I'm in a more manageable weight, and because I'm not trying to take the house down. Um, and I just thought I'd make a little quick video about that. Um, I don't understand how you could be in the club and knowing your fellow mates and try to drug them, steal from them. Some of them are having difficulties with their personal life, with their income. The little shit that they bring up in there might be the only shit that they have with them. And because of the job. So a lot of the shit I be hearing and viewing is annoying, but that's why. Now apparently that same strip club closed a few years ago due to a fight or whatever drama was going on. I was so upset because the following, even the years around that time, that's all I wanted for my birthday. Someone to take me, someone to invite me, someone to want to celebrate my birthday at that club. Now, I had a couple friends, my ex best friend in particular, who wanted to explore other clubs. And that was fine too. That was fine too. I actually wanted to go to a different club, I think about a six line, where they sell food. Because even around that time, a lot of strip clubs, they rotate clubs. I'm sorry, a lot of strippers, they rotate clubs. So, in keeping tabs with some of them and some of the clubs or whatever, they promote other events at other clubs. So that's how I would keep tabs on the other clubs. And this particular club, I forgot the name, but they kept promoting the chef from this club, and he used to post pictures of whatever it is that he cooked, that like little appetizers and shit. And I'm like, yo, this should look good. I gotta go there one day, and I never went because everybody around me is whack. They boring, they whack. They never want to go nowhere. All they want to do is smoke and drink, and that's corny. I'm a very homebody, but I do want my experiences for when I do go out to be lit. Like I'm a mother. Um, I was a young mother, and I feel like my youth was robbed. And so if there's any opportunity where my friends could get it together, snap out of it, and invite a bitch, that would be great. But just know that would be where we got to start. The only thing I don't like is sometimes you gotta wait online a little long. Um, Sometimes if you don't do like your research before going, you might be interrupting an event that's going on in there or some shit. Maybe it's just for exclusives or whatever. Um, so I celebrated my birthday at this club when I was 21, when I was 23, and 25. So I went there 3 occasions. Um, for uh, for when I celebrated at age 23, I went there with my girlfriend at the time, her friend, uh, and my ex best friend. I'm surprised my brother didn't go. I think by then it's because he was. I think it was because he was already in a relationship, and maybe his bitch didn't want to go. And that night was fun. That night was fun, but I was. It felt like 21 all over again. But this time, um, I wasn't really sure how to take in my best friend at the time, her attitude towards the club. Um, I was happy that she was like having fun, but I was cautious. Like she had me feeling like I needed to watch her back type shit, because I didn't know if these bitches was gonna come at her for doing what she was doing at the club, and so I didn't like that about it. But other than that, everything was lit. I didn't like that I had to buy my own drinks for my birthday. Um, and after that, we left. After that, we went back to my girlfriend's friend's crib. We had a couple more drinks. We had a couple more blunts. And eventually, my girlfriend at the time, she ruined the night by mentioning shit about her ex girlfriend. So I felt the way. Maybe I was a little tipsy or something, but I felt like, why the fuck are we talking about this bitch? You talk about this bitch every week. Why are we talking about this bitch? Um, Her baby mama. And so I'm just like, why are we like? I felt embarrassed. Like, why are you talking about her in front of my friend? I just felt a little embarrassed. I felt like my girlfriend shouldn't be trying to get under my skin in front of my friend. Like, because I have to go vent to my friend when I don't see you, when we're not together. Um, and so now this is something embarrassing because now it's like you're doing it in front of her. I wanted to hit her with my shoe so bad, but thank God I realized they remind you about a stripper shoe because the shit is thick and it looks like a weapon. So had I hit her, I was gonna be the abusive girlfriend. I was gonna be the aggressive girlfriend. I didn't really want to be. Um, and I was horny. I was drunk. I was high. I wanted. I First of all, I was annoyed because I didn't know. First of all, my mother was babysitting for both of our kids, so us splitting was not gonna happen. I wanted to fuck like, and obviously that wasn't gonna happen. I wanted my girlfriend to come back home with me. That didn't happen. So I was already annoyed. I'm like, why the fuck are you bringing your ex girlfriend? So I felt like maybe she was horny, but she was mad at me because I would be going home with my best friend and not her. And so she decided to go the petty route and start mentioning her baby mother, the same bitch that always has her hurting and all of this. And I felt like this is our one night where we could just relax, not think about anybody that hurt us. That's like if had I brought up my kid's father type shit, and she was gonna be upset, especially for a birthday of hers. Like for what? Why? Um, I wanted to hit her with my shoe. Like I literally wanted to take off my shoe and hit her. And so we started arguing. I called a cab. My friend was recording some of the shit that was being said. I didn't like that. And it was like, why is this night being ruined? Like, why? And I think it was like more of a snap out of it, you know. Felt like she was jealous because in there there's mad bitches, femmes, mad it would be crazy if there were dykes in there dressed up as femmes and shit. And I don't know. I just was like, why is this how she's acting? We called a cab. I called a cab. And I was like talking to the cab person, letting them know where we was at. They told me certain X amount of minutes. The cab pulls up, and we're still arguing in the hallway. The cab left us because I guess the cab driver got scared or some shit. I was so upset. We could have walked home, but we looked at too good to be walking home, and fuck, nobody was gonna walk in those fucking heels. Because it was like I gotta walk up a hill type shit, and we wasn't trying to do all of that. So then another cab was called, and by now my friend's getting mad at me because she's like, I gotta get home to my daughter, and I'm just like, bitch, not right now, not right now, because I know all of this, so it's like you don't even gotta tell me, and then my girlfriend tried to pull, oh, you about to leave me, and it's like, bitch, like at this point I was so upset with her, like I'm like, you know, like no. Um, and so we got in the cab. I was mad. While we were in the cab going to the friend's crib though, like I dozed off and they started taking a picture of me. I had on this bandage black dress, with like a little cutout under the come on, like a little cutout, some shit. But under my titty, there was a cutout because I guess my titties was too big for the fucking dress. It was hard to fit in that fucking dress. Like I got the dress from Hot Miami. I wanted to feel sexy. I wanted to feel like a baddie. I wanted all this extra shit. Um, and it was hard because I eat. I like to eat, and it was hard to like kind of be on a diet before this day and all this extra shit. And I think like my dress got ripped under my titty and shit, but it looked nice in the picture. But it was like you could tell that the dress got ripped under the fucking titty. And my friend, she took a picture of me dozing off. I was like, I had my head on my girlfriend, so she was lonely. And she took a picture. She decided she thought it was a cute picture, and she took a picture, and it was cute. I had my weave in. It was all straight, black and everything. I'm usually the friend that has the streaks in her hair when it comes to her because she has jet black hair. And so she must have thought I was cute and she took a picture and you could see my boob popping out of the fucking dress. But when I think about it, that dress was very difficult to get into. Um and I was a little scared how I was gonna move around in the club when I gotta go to the bathroom and shit. My heel was like this high, but it was cute. You know, I felt like a real girl. Like I felt like that girl that girls would wear nothing, be mad cold outside waiting for a cab or whatever just to look cute. Like that's how I felt. But then I don't know. I think my girlfriend got jealous. She figured, oh, these bitches about to go home. They lit. She about to be cheating on me type shit. Something. It wasn't even that kind of party. Like we was moms. Once we got in, we was going to sleep. We was probably gonna do a blunt or two or whatever and go to sleep. Like by this time, nothing between me and my friend had ever happened as far as sexually. Nah. Um, and that's exactly what happened. We got home. My mom asked me how was it, blah blah blah. And we got off. We got out of our outfits. We got comfortable. We went to bed with our kids and shit. Like, but it was like wow, it can get addicting. Um, at 24, we didn't go there. I got heavier as far as weight goes. We didn't go there. I didn't even enjoy 24, honestly. 25, I was desperately trying to lose weight. I pulled up with another Hot Miami outfit, but this outfit, it was a two-piece and it didn't really fit like I wanted it to fit. Um, what else? And we wasn't even there for too long. We got kicked out because again we was with no, I think we were all 21 by then. I'm not sure, but we got kicked out, and then we just and I said fuck it. Um, we ended up getting takeout, drive through takeout, and just smoking blunts and shit like that. But it was like fuck it. At this point, I didn't even care if we got kicked out. Like at this point, it's like I don't even know who's in there. Like I don't know what's going on, and like it wasn't like I felt like by them kicking us out, I feel like well fuck it. We don't. They not about to make us look that desperate. Like eventually, I think by now we just got to find another club to go to. But we decided not to do that night. Like I felt like nah, I'm in these thin ass heels this time, and I'm like nah, I'm not walking up and down. No, I'm not doing it. Um, and at this point, we looked at crazy. I felt like I should have just went with girls. I felt like maybe because I was pulling up with guys, it kind of sent mixed signals to them. Um, um, and what else? I felt like in there there's scammers, there's motherfuckers like claiming they got all this bread, but really, it's whatever. So I felt like we didn't even fit in, like literally, we didn't fit in. And we dipped. I was mad because by then they didn't have that restaurant across the street anymore. Um, so it was like it was a whack experience for 25. So I was fiending going back 26, 27, 28. And by these years now, I'm depressed. Like I'm going through that whole depressed mom type shit. So I was so upset that no one has mentioned, let's go here, let's go there. By then I was so over it with my friends. I blocked them. I don't block everybody. And it's just like, damn. Even the same bitch that invited me for age 21 never asked to go again. So I'm like, I don't know what that's about. I hope the bitch didn't set me up. Um, and I don't know. I just feel like sometimes that vibe is just not. It does not need to be your vibe. Um, I thought it was cute how some strippers even celebrate their birthday. They be up there even with their bellies. They be up there even when they're getting engaged. Like it's not all bad all the time. Like I saw the beauty in it. Um, but I feel like if motherfuckers don't want you in that vibe, you just can't be in that vibe. And so that's all it was. And I learned that the hard way. Um, so when I heard the club closed, I'm like, oh hell no. Because then by then, the school I was in closed, that club closed, and it's like, why is this happening? And I'm just like, I don't like that. That shit feels whack. So then I just don't go nowhere. I just be chilling. Um, I'm more of a stay at home person, anyways. I like being around my kids. My kids are older now. They with their father. Um, but at that time, that's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. Some vibes, some vibes from my friends, but they always made me feel like outcast. They always made me feel weird. Maybe I just felt weird because I never graduated with them. So I don't know. I just feel like watch out for all of that weird vibe. Make sure that when you are at the club, if you purchase a drink and you leave it at the table, don't pick that shit right back up. Order you another drink, a new drink. I'm tired of hearing motherfuckers lacing motherfuckers. Like that shit is wild. I should be able to ask you lace my shit. Don't lace my shit without my permission. That's just weird. That's just weird. But whatever. I don't have that mentality like y'all do. So I'll just be chilling.